Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be reviewing the Elden Ring patch notes version 1.04. So it's a massive patch. There's a lot of different things, so I'm going to try to go through it as, timely and quickly as I can, and showing you guys, I think, the most important parts. So if you guys enjoyed the video, leave a like, leave a comment down below. Let me know how you guys feel about it. Let me know how you guys feel about the changes you see. And subscribe for more content. I will warn you now, there is no River of Bloods. There is no River of Bloods change. And I'm unfortunate. Sorry to say that. So, one thing I will note is that I did scroll down and read this. It says players will need to perform any following actions for the changes to be reflected. This is only required once, and new characters do not need to do this. So it says you need to level up, activate Godric's Great Rune, so re-equipped any equipment, armor, talisman, which grants bonus stats to either strength, dexterity, all that. So I think what you need to do is just change a talisman in order for these changes right here, or maybe all these changes to work. I'd assume it's just these ones though, for like strength. So make sure you guys do that before you get on and start messing around with these changes. All right, so the major changes is the camera function. That's really big, no, of course, and adding some event phases for patches, right? Let's go to the balances. So increased colossal swords weapons attack speed, right? So those big swords, they swing slow, right? Obviously, so increasing the attack speed is really good. I mean, they do a lot of damage with the jump attack, but their normal attacks are always so slow and easy predictable. So I'm glad to see that. So the two-handed attack damage, and I do see that it says jump attack not included, so that's really good. So it won't do the one shots, one shot you with a jump attack with two swords, So, and it says increased physical block rate and guard boost for the colossal swords. So when you're blocking with them as opposed to a shield, usually what happens is you get hit once and you get guard broke. So in seeing that block rate go up, that incentivizes you blocking more maybe. Increase the damage of the grafted blade greatsword. I haven't seen that greatsword since the beginning, so I'm glad they're increasing stuff like that. The Devourer's Scepter, same thing. Haven't seen that. It says decrease the scaling status effect buildups from spells and incantations of the Albineric Staff and Dragon Communion Seal. So what I'm pretty sure those means, those are those madness stuff, and then the Dragon Communion, because people were just spamming the dragon stuff, the rot and then the ice one and all that. So what that's going to do is it's not going to build up as fast. You're not going to be able to one shot many bosses with Ra, or put madness on everybody with one shot, which I mean, I honestly don't think that's going to affect much, so I wouldn't worry about that too much. It says decrease the effect of the Great Shield Talisman. I mean, that's really good too. It's the same thing. Same thing with the blocking. Shorten the length of the madness afflicted animation. That's really good. So when you get somebody spamming madness, or 2v1 and they just spam it, you'll be able to recover quicker. Lower the speed of madness build-up recovery. That's really good. Oh, slightly increased FP and stamina growth rate at lower levels. So you'll gain more when you level it up lower, or when you start lower, and then as you go higher it probably decreases. So this is what I was telling you, that you need to do those. So these are the sorcery. These are all the sorcery changes and the incantation changes. So we're just going to read through them as quick as possible, right? So when it says upward adjustments, that means, increase. So Crystal Barrage, increase cast speed and decrease recovery time. Gavel of Haima, increase cast speed and decrease recovery time. Allows caster to easily, which basically you can get hit and you have invincibility, or not eye frames, but you'll have super armor. Shattered Earth, increase cast speed and decrease recovery time. Allow caster to more easily withstand enemies' attacks while casting. Same thing. Rock Blaster, same thing. Tops Barrier, increased area effect and slightly increased effect duration. I don't know about that, but Renala's Full Moon, that's that big, the moon thing, same thing. Karian's Greatsword, increased cast speed at lower dexterity. Now I kind of like that. I like that because I like the melee magic. Those are really fun to use. Rolling Magma. Gelmir's Fury, slightly decreased the random nature of projectiles range and increased the damage of lava pool. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure Gelmir's Fury is like a bunch of lava shooting out. I really don't remember that one. So if you guys are, magic users, you'll probably like that. You got Rykard's Rain card, decreased FP cost. Oracle bubbles, those are them little bubbles you see everybody one-shot every boss with. Increased cast speed and decreased recovery time. The Great Bubbles, same thing. Briars of Sin, decreased recovery time, increased blood loss buildup on enemies. Now that's a change. Briars of Punishment, decreased recovery time, increased blood loss. Explosive Ghost Flame, decreased FP cost, recovery time. Oh, these are the summons. Did Tibia summon? Increased damage and cast speed. Oh, that's an incantation there, man. Or magic. This is the swing tail of the Crucible. Get it from the Crucible Knights, I believe. Decreased FP and stamina cost. I'm not really sure anybody really used this one. I don't really know. I know people were using this one. The horns. Decreased FP and stamina cost. Increased cast speed. And increased the distance travel when not charged and made it easier to cause enemies to flinch. So this one, pretty much you ram them with your shoulder and a horn on the shoulder, and it knocks down a lot of people, so it is good to use. But it did take a while to like cast, so I like that. Increase cast speed and decrease recovery time for Elden stars. I feel like they should increase the damage. It's easy to avoid. I mean, yes, you could spam it and then you have to avoid their attacks as well, but it does literally no damage. So Black Blade, decreased stamina consumption and decreased recovery time. That's that 3 swing attack that you get from Malekith. To Incantation you get from using the soul. Discus of Light, decreased FP cost, increased damage and cast speed. That's that's Dragon Ball Z Krillin's little Destructo disc. Triple Rings of Light, increase the damage. Radagon's Ring of Light, decrease FP cost, increased damage and cast speed. Lightning Strike, decreased stamina cost, increased cast speed and decreased recovery time. So that's that bolt. When you throw Zeus's bolt, that's what that is. Own bolt is the one that, you put your hand in the air and it casts the bolt straight down on them. That's really good. Increased cast speed and decreased recovery time. I don't think that needed that. Because you could pretty much get a lot of people with it if you time it well. Ancient Dragon's Lightning Spear, decreased FP and stamina cost, increased cast speed, allow caster to easily move. So same thing, you get super armor. This is one of the things where you grab it in the air and you slam it down. And this is the same thing, kind of decreased recovery time. Those are good because a lot of times what you would do is you were casting them and you were like stuck in the air slamming down. You were stuck in the air doing that. Lanix Glaive, that's another lightning incantation. Increased cast speed, decrease. All these increased cast speeds and recovery time are really good for faith users. Same thing here. Frozen Lightning Spear. That's like a big cone forward. Increased, same thing. Death Lightning, don't remember what that is. Decreased FP cost. The duration of Death Accumulating Smoke. Old Flame, increased damage. Giant Flame. I don't remember having a stamina issue with that. Flame of the Fell God, that's that big ball of fire you shoot in the air and it tracks them and follows them. Increased damage is really good because that was insanely easy to dodge. Then again, not every incantation is going to be for PvP, right? Some of them are for PvE, some of them, bosses and stuff like that, so for killing mobs. So these are the whips. Increased damage, increased cast speed, and decreased recovery time. Black Flame, increased damage, and the spell can break enemies' guard more easily. Hey, I didn't even know it could break the guard, to be honest. Decrease FP cost and recovery time, increase attack range and area of effect. Black Flame Ritual, Gurang's Beast Claw. Those are good. Those are like when you rip up the ground and the 3 Beast Claws go forward. Increase damage and decrease recovery time. That's really good. A lot of times you would throw it. If you miss, you get hit. But Blood Flame Talons, those are those little talons you can hit really quick if somebody's right up on you. Blood Boon, increased damage, increased cast speed, and decreased effect startup time. Pest Threads, decreased stamina cost. See what they did for the Scarlet Aeonia. This is that one where you jump in the air and you slam down, you come out as a big lotus. It's basically what she would do, Melania would do. Let's see. Increase cast speed and decreased recovery time. Allows caster more easily withstand enemy attacks while casting. I like that. It gives you like more super armor again. I like that they're adding that on a lot of these spells. It really makes them feel valuable. Makes me want to use them. Or swap. Unfortunately, it's probably going to be still nothing compared to, spamming L2 and Rivers of Blood. and Moonveil. Unendurable Frenzy, increase cast speed and decrease recovery time. Decrease the random nature of projectiles range and increase madness buildup on enemies. Well, that's pretty good. Plus, Inescapable Frenzy, increase cast speed. So Placidiac's Rune, these are all the dragon ones now. Decreased FP, stamina cost, and recovery time. This is, I believe, the lightning one. I'm pretty sure. This is the normal Dragon Claw. Hardly see anybody use it. Decreased FP cast, recovery time, and made it easier to cause enemies to flinch when charged. That's really good. Dragon's Maw, same thing. Decreased cast speed and made it easier to cause enemies to flinch. And then Greyall's Roar, decreased FP, stamina cost, and recovery time. Alright, so those are all these spells and incantations. So now it goes, says upward and downward adjustments. I assume they increase something and then they decrease something on it. So a Duelist Moonblade. These are like the melee spell users, and I see a lot of people running these. And a lot of people have them, so let's see what they did. Decrease the power of single cast and improve performance so that the blades and frost hit more consistently and continuously. And then it increased cast speed at lower dexterity. Okay, so you do lower damage, but the blades hit more consistently, because I assume they maybe didn't register sometimes. And it also increased cast speed at lower dexterity, so that's good. So flame fall upon them, decrease the damage of single cast and improve the performance so that it hits the enemies multiple times. Decreased FP cost. That's not bad. Howl of Shibari, it's a frenzy incantation. You'll like grab your head and then scream right near them, and it builds madness on them. Decrease the madness buildup on the enemy. Increase cast speed and decrease recovery time. That's really good because it take a while to cast it if somebody's running up on you or something like that. Having super armor for that would be nice. Alright, so these are the ones that went down. I like seeing these. The Swarm of Flies, that is them little blood flies that you see people spamming. That'll spam 3 of them and run at you with rivers of blood or something. So decrease blood loss buildup on enemy. That's really good. Flame of Frenzy, decrease madness buildup on enemy. Really good. That's another one people would spam if they were 2v1. They would sit there and spam that, and 50 fireballs of frenzy would come at you and you'd get hit. Frenzy Burst, that's a sniper one that you see people, you know, they get the frenzy talisman, they'll sit in a bush and they'll snipe you and you get instant frenzied, and then they'll do it again and you just die. Decreased madness buildup on enemy. So these are for all the weapon skills. Upward adjustments. As you can see, there's a insane amount. I'm not going to be able to tell you every single one. I will scroll through it and show you them. I do not remember every single weapons thing. I do know what the kick is though. Increased cast speed. Now this is huge. I did want to do something with a kick. Maybe kill somebody with like just a kick or something. I don't know. That'd be fun. So we got Lion's Claw, increased cast speed and decreased recovery time. I can't remember what that is. The Horror Lord's Earthshaker, increased cast speed on follow-up input, and decreased recovery time. See, most of these I feel like they're just going to be decreased recovery time, because I did feel like a lot of times you would get heavily punished using certain Ash of Wars. Like even in Rivers of Blood, right? If you miss those first two and then there's a downtime, but it's very hard to hit, right? There is a downtime if you miss Rivers of Blood, or if you miss any Ash of War, so it's easily to get hit. So it's not like they're not all uncounterable. So we got Troll's Roar, decreased stamina cost, increased distance traveled. I assume that's a shot forward. That seems pretty cool. These two, Giant Hunt and Storm Assault, decreased recovery time. Sakarian Greatsword. I thought that was a spell. I didn't realize that was a weapon skill. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a spell too. Increased cast speed. I believe that's on the Moonlight Greatsword. If correct me if I'm wrong. I can't remember. Increased the damage when charged and made it easier to cause enemies to flinch. That's really good. Same thing here. Carian Grandeur. Gravitas, increased cast speed. I believe that's on the Rodan's weapons. Flaming Strike. Increased the distance traveled and step and cleave with a strong attack. Black Flame Tornado, I know what that is. Added a hitbox to weapon when spinning and added a window to roll during the attack and cancel the animation. That's really good. Like I said, they're just adding options to where if you try to cast your spell, you have options to either have, you know, super armor, or you're able to evade. Lightning Slash increased cast speed, added a hitbox to the stomp animation. It's really good. Sacred Blade, everybody knows that. Increased cast speed. Sacred Ring of Light, cast speed. Poisonous Mist, cast speed. Cast speed and decreased recovery time. Ice Spear added a hitbox to the weapon spinning animation. What is Ice Spear? What does that mean? Added a hitbox to the weapon spinning animation. Huh. Chilling Mist increased cast speed. Assassin's Gambit cast speed. Shield Bash cast speed. Shield Crash decreased stamina cost, increased cast speed. Now these two are Blade of Death, or Blade of Gold and Blade of Death, right? Decreased stamina cost, increased cast speed, and decreased recovery time. So these are those little daggers you see people use now. Like there was a bunch of videos coming out about it. They were like, oh, is it Melania's dagger, or not Melania, the Firekeeper's dagger. And this basically what it does is you activate it and you do like a spin, and it like throws a dash of gold. I don't know how to explain it, but that's really good for dagger people. Blade of Death, you'll see the assassins, the Dark Knight, whatever assassins, they'll use that. And that's good to see a little buff on that. Golden Tempering, decreased FP cost and increased cast speed. Last Rites, cast speed. Mist of Slumbers, cast speed. Dancing Blade, I'm not going to try to read that first word. Increased travel distance, added a window to roll during the attack to cancel the animations. That's really good. Again, like I said, all these changes are good. So as long as they don't buff katanas, we're fine, right? We have more options to play the game, different things to use, more fun, instead of just spamming the same abilities. It's not fun going into PvP and just using the same thing. For one, I did a torch kill. You know how long it takes to get a torch kill versus all this? You do like 200 damage, they do 1,000 per attack. You got Unblockable Blade, increased cast speed with weapons coated sword. Alabaster's Lord's Pull, increased cast speed, decreased recovery time, added a window to roll. Okay, same thing. Established Order, same thing. Moonlight Greatsword. Alright, so I was wrong. So Moonlight Greatsword has its own ability. I apologize. Decreased FP cost. That other thing might be on like the Royal Greatsword. I don't remember, man. I think this is on the Royal Greatsword. I don't know what I'm talking about. Don't listen to me when it comes to the Asher Wars. I don't know anything about them. I wouldn't be able to tell you every single one. So increased cast speed, decreased recovery time, and increased the frost buildup. Oh, that's pretty good. I haven't seen a lot of frost weapons. It was like ever since the Hoarfrost Stomp, nobody's been using it. Wave of Gold. Decreased FP cost, increased cast speed and recovery time. So everybody knows what this is. If you farmed runes, you farm them in the palace, the Bloody Palace area. And what this is you get that sword, it throws a giant wave of gold that one-shots a lot of lower HP enemies. So decreasing the FP cost. I mean, I don't really see a lot of people using this in PvP. Maybe they will now. Increase cast speed and decrease recovery time, because you did cast pretty slow and you did have a long recovery time. So I wonder if people are going to start using this, because it is a massive AoE that comes out. Wolf's Assault, increased cast speed. The Queen's Black Flame, that is coming from the Greatsword Black Flame. Increased cast speed, added a window to roll during the attack, cancel animation. That's really good. Dynus Finesse, decreased stamina cost. Flowing Form, Death Glare, increased cast speed. Onyx Lord's Repulsion, decreased cast speed, decreased recovery time, and added a window to roll during attack. Magma Guillotine, decreased stamina cost, cast speed, and recovery time. Cursed Blood Slice, what is that? Increased cast speed, decreased recovery time. Ice Lightning Sword. See, some of these sound so cool and I have no idea what they are. Rosa's Summons, decreased recovery time. I Command Thee Kneel, that's on a spear I believe. Increased cast speed, follow up for input, added a window to roll during the attack animation. Goldbreaker, decreased FP cost, increased cast speed. So I really hope all these changes make it so that people are using so many different weapons, because I was attempting to use so many weapons, but it's so annoying when you go into PvP and you're getting ganked by 2 or 3 people. you know, they crouch for the 1v1, then you get hit by a madness shot from afar, and you know, it's kind of annoying when you're trying to go in with a weapon that does 200 damage compared to their one-shot abilities, you know? So we got Familiar Rancor, added a window to roll. Nebula. Increased cast speed and decreased recovery time with the Bastard Stars. Regal Beastclaw, increased cast speed. Devour Worlds, cast speed. Regal Roar, recovery time. Spear Call Ritual, recovery time. Ancient Lightning Spear. Increase FP cost and increase cast speed, allow players to move more easily, withstand enemy attack. I don't think that was an issue. I definitely don't think this one was an issue at all. Neither was this one. The Great Serpent Hunt. Nobody was using this online. I think I might have seen one kill with it. Somebody. Because you don't get the same effect as if you're in Rykard's room with it. I mean, that'd be insane if you did, right? So Frenzy Flame Thrust, decrease FP cost. Increase Madness, Blood Moon Ritual, increase cast speed. Michaela's Ring of Light, increase cast speed. Sea of Magma, increase cast speed. And decrease recovery time. Added a window to roll during attack and cancel the animation. Flame Dance, decreased stamina cost, decreased recovery time. Added a window to roll. Huh. Storm Kick, decreased stamina cost. Bear Witness, I know what this is. This is on Godric's weapon, the Dragon Hand. Because I tried to get a bunch of kills with this and it takes so long to cast it. So increase cast speed. I feel like increase cast speed? I feel like it should be decreased. I don't know. Maybe I'm reading that wrong. I feel like that should say decreased. I don't know why it says increased. Anyways, upward and downward adjustments. Thundercloud form. Decrease damage when not charged. Decrease FP cost. Increase cast speed and decrease recovery time. So it is increased. I don't know what just happened to me. Alright. So on to the bug fixes. So there's a few bugs here. Not too many. Not as many as the other one. So this one says, fix the bug where the damage of Inescapable Frenzy was affected by the right hand. I didn't have that bug. Fix the bug where the damage of the weapon art's Carian Retaliation was increased by the weapon art status, and the effect was not displayed during online multiplayer. I feel like there's so many bugs with the magic that it's just horrible for magic users. Like, they get so many no-reg. Fix the bug where the animation, when afflicted with blood loss and frostbite, was bigger than original plan. I've never seen that. That sounds hilarious. Fix the bug during a character. That should stay. That's kind of funny. Unless it was like massively oversized. Like, just imagine it popping up your screen, your whole screen. Blood loss. Fix the bug during character appearance. Change menu and some parameters changed were not reflected. Trying to read to see if any of them. Any of them have any substance for like PvP, or any of them were just, or most of them were just NPCs and, you know, stuff like that. Fix the bug that causes Scythe to lose blood loss effect and poison affinity is applied to the weapon. Oh, alright. I never knew that. I mean, that shouldn't be a thing, right? Because you have blood loss and poison. That's really good. Fix the bug where the damage of the Iron Greatsword was lower than expected. Fix the bug where it caused FP consumption to increase when the player casts Night Comet with charge. Well, that's... I kind of feel like the longer you charge something, you definitely should take more FP, right? It's not, unless you're, you know, paying off cast time for, you know, stuff like that, getting potentially hit. Fix the bug in the Steam version where the history of players who played multiplayer was not displayed correctly. Increased online multiplayer stability. That's really good, because I hate going into somewhere and every single time I go in, I get DC'd mid-fight. Fix the bug that causes incorrect sounds to be played under certain circumstances. Test fix. No idea what that means. Text fix. Sorry. So I'm not seeing nothing for like people who are AFK either. So far I didn't see nothing for the katanas, and I didn't see nothing for the AFK people. So I don't know what they're planning on doing about that, because I didn't see it anywhere. Maybe I misread one of these bugs. But yeah, I don't think I really saw that anywhere. So hopefully they put out a little hot fix for people who are just hiding and farming runes that way. It is not a fun way to play. It is not enjoyable to invade somebody and they're just hiding. I don't understand why people play that way. To me, it makes no sense. You bought the game to play it. Just play the game how it is supposed to be. The runes don't matter. They're easy to come by. And the game is enjoyable enough to where you can just either farm them or play the game normally and get them. I will never understand people who AFK farm like that or just sit there and hide and, you know. Alright guys, let me know how you guys felt about the patch notes down below. Let me know what your favorite part was. And let me know if you guys feel like you're going to change your playstyle with all these updates. You know, maybe go to Faith users or go more to Magic users. I might go to a Magic user. They sound kind of fun. I don't really know, though. Currently, I just play PvP or PvE, and I use katanas like the long. I forgot the long one was. What's wrong with me? And then the Hand of Melania. So maybe PvP, I'll switch it up. PvP, I've been doing just random weapons, like going in with torches and stuff like that, and just trying to have fun. I was a Faith user before, but now I switched. So I don't know. Maybe I'll go Magic. Well, let me know what you guys felt. Did you guys like the video? Leave a like, leave a comment down below, and subscribe for more. I hope you guys enjoyed reading the patch notes with me. I'll leave a link to them in the comments down below or in the description down below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.